All right, we are live, man. I first want to say thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
like media, this is my passion, man. Like when I
I
tell
love
you
it.
this is my passion, like I left my job to do this. Like this is
Oh
my passion.
shit! Damn.
So it's serious, man. And I've been watching you for so long. Like I go back to How to Be a Player,
Right.
I go back to BAPS.
Right.
Obviously, the comic views and just like you obviously have been all over the spectrum, but I think that you've done so much to really shape the world of comedy and more than comedy, just the world of entertainment. And I've always looked up to people.
True that. True that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I think you dope, man. So when I'm always on IG, I'm always on Comedy Hype. I saw you put that post up. I said, shit, this it.
Let's
this
go.
it.
Let's
It is. Let's do it.
Right. So
Y'all number five. Y'all number five today. That's good.
why did you stop? I guess not stop, but why did you kind of step back from doing like media or press, I should say?
When did that happen? Just give me an example that I can tell you what time it was. Like you mean?
I mean, just as far as like people wanting to interview you and whatnot, because I saw on that post you said that you hadn't been doing interviews for a while. And
okay. That was just after the pandemic. During the pandemic, I did so many interviews. Everybody had a podcast. Everybody wanted to interview, and after a while, you get tired of talking about yourself. Now,
yeah.
You're like, all right, DC, BAPS, How to Be a Player, blah blah blah. And I just got tired. I got burnt out because that's all I was doing was interviews like that. That's before I started my podcast. And then all of a sudden I got so much work, and Comedy Hype News came about. My own podcast. I'm still touring. Yeah. So it's a lot of work in the state, make sure I'm home at 8:00 for you and shit. I got shit to do, and 3:00 at this time. I was like, you know what? I done did a whole bunch of them. I'm chilling right now. Yeah. Then I was so I stopped doing them, but I'm always a giver, I really am. I mean, you can see some of the movies I've done, the sketches I've done. I put a lot of comedians in it. I don't cuff my own little project. I make sure everyone gets to shine. But so I started thinking about all the love I receive on my podcast, Pierre's Panic Room. Shout out to Pierre's Panic Room.
It's so dope, man. Like I
appreciate it.
And I actually have some comments on like good comments, but I do have some comments on.
So the fact that I was doing that show and people were like, I'm still not comfortable with the legend status or OG status. I'm still nigga out here trying to make it too.
But get comfortable because you're there.
Well, I don't think about it like that because whatever. I just don't think of it like that. But all the love I received from acts, like I couldn't believe Akon would come on my show. Like I'm like, damn, Akon, he's huge. Or
and you had Killer Mike, and like I said, you had Killer Mike, and I love everything that Killer Mike does. So like,
what I'm saying? For people like that, I was thinking like, you come on my show, I only have less than 100,000 followers. It's moving up. I just started, but I'm not Vlad TV with 4 million people or whatever, Breakfast Club. So when I saw the love I was getting and kept getting, I was like, you know what? Let me get back to giving back. And then I said, all right, let me list people. I can't always do them one on Monday, one on Wednesday. I'm too busy. Let me crowd them together, put it out there and say, hey, whoever wants to interview me this day, I'm going to do it. And I got so many hits. I had to turn people down. I'm 13. I got 30. You
I'm sure.
The fifth one now.
I would imagine. So
are you thinking about doing this again now since you did it today?
But it'll be down the line. Trust me, it'll be down the line. Yeah.
I think it's dope. I really respect people like yourselves who have gotten into this media branch and doing podcasts and that sort of thing. And I'm not going to front, like in the beginning, I was kind of like the Samuel Jackson who's like, why is this nigga acting? And he shouldn't be acting. And that, and in a way you kind of feel like people were kind of taking it away from, people that obviously go to school for journalism. But I think that there's a greater respect for people like yourselves who have been in this industry, so you can get people to open up about stuff that they will not talk about with the average journalist because they don't trust a lot of them.
You're absolutely right. Let me tell you, this podcast didn't come from one day. I've been asked to do a podcast about 5 years. I'm being dead ass. Yo, why don't you have a podcast? Why don't you do a podcast? I'm like, man, I don't do no damn podcast. But podcast. And then because I'm open and having my personality is with my comedian friends, I can get people call me up. Pete, let me talk to you something. I got celebrities, people, you'd be surprised, ask me to help them with stuff in they act, or movie party. Yo, Pete, let me ask you, can you help me with this? Blah, blah, blah. And so I was, finding out that people really gravitate toward me and will tell me a lot of stuff about certain things. So I decided to do a podcast, and I realized, look, I'm not a journalist. I don't even try to fake it. I stutter sometimes. Shit, I probably read wrong or whatever the hell it is. But I'm authentic enough that the people who come on my show know me and trust me to know that I'm going to have fun. We will dive into some certain things, but it's not a hit piece. I ain't trying to make you look bad and shit like that. You know, I'm more into trying to give you some flowers, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because I remember, as you can see on my podcast, I know a lot of these people. I've toured with them. I've been out with them. I've been in personal spaces with them and stuff. Right. And, you know.
That's the credibility piece of it.
Yeah.
That they know you have been out here and they know that you're around these people. So when they come on your show, they trust you. Like the Miss Juicies, when they come on your show, and just the variety of people that you've had there. Mm-hmm. You know, clearly they trust you, and I think that's a good thing.
Shit, T.S. Madison, look at okay,
right.
All right. Shit, I had her on twice. I'm an open person. What I'm not going to do is, you know, one thing I really don't like. Let me see, I can say this. I totally understand what black people go up against, because I'm black, but you know, I say a darker skinned person, a truly African American looking person, opposed to me, with some people like, you don't look like whatever. I've been in it. I've been in the hood. I've marched. Million Man March. I've been in, you know, Black Lives Matter marches. I've been on the lines. It doesn't matter what color I am then, you know, when I'm helping and I'm pushing. So I'm a very open person, and I don't like when black folks don't like other groups of people. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't like how you being treated. So you're going to put that same energy on homosexuals or transgender. Absolutely. You talking about fuck them and they shouldn't have this. White folks were saying that about your black ass. Okay, we're talking about your ass shouldn't have it. And you see how fucked up that felt.
Absolutely.
So why would you put that same thing? But I guess hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And so if I say, yo, peace, y'all, come on, man, show love to everybody. Oh, that's your white side. Why that bullshit? No, that's my humanitarian side. I'm a human being. Right. Of course, I'm always going to fight for black people first. That's why I was raised around and get that. But I'm not going to let black folks do whatever they want to just because they pissed off. I'm like, no, I'm going to stand up against it. Like when I'm on Comedy Hype News, you know, I'm going to fight. If something's wrong, I'm going to speak on that and say, nope, that ain't right. If you want to call me white, I hate your ass and all that. Okay. Because no different than if, like, you know, I know some people, if a black person goes into a school and shoots, or a store and shoots 10 white people, they be like, yeah, nigga, fuck that. That's what it did us in Buffalo. But see how mad you was in Buffalo? Well, why do you think it's okay to do it to someone else? You know what I'm saying? It's still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's still bad. So when I say that, then all of a sudden it's my white side. You know, it's my humanitarian side. What's wrong is wrong. So
And that's why you have so much success, because you are genuine and real. That's what I love about you.
I appreciate it.
You're funny as hell. I mean, like, super funny.
Yeah, that helps too.
I love that you definitely come across genuine, like you're not putting on a facade or anything. And I think that's probably why your podcast is growing so fast, because you did it real, like, and that's what we need. We need that in our communities.
Yeah. And I ain't scared to talk to anybody. I've invited Corey Holcomb on my show. I just had Reza Islam on my show. About to drop this today. I think today we're dropping Reza Islam. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with me, come on, let's talk about it. Absolutely. What we're not gonna do is stay online talking shit about each other. Absolutely. Hit my door, have a seat. You got a problem with it, get it up off your chest. Absolutely. You know?
I love you know, Comedy Hype. I love what it's all about, and I just like the way that it brings obviously all the different people together who are on there, what Symphony does, and like I think you guys do an amazing job with that. Like, how did it come about?
The owner named John, he saw me. He brought me in to do an interview. Like he does those one-on-ones where you hear his voice but you don't see the other person. Right. So he brought me in, and he just loved my authenticity. He's like, man, you know, he just loved how I talked about keeping it 100 about my career or whatever. And when it was over with, he said, well, I want you to go in this other room with these two females. I got a new show, you know, can I interview you? And I went in there, and they wasn't ready for me. I kept it so real, and they was twisting shit around. They were like, God damn. And so he saw the response online, was like, that nigga ate them girls up. I wasn't trying to eat them up, but it was, you know, it was what it was. I'm a comedian. I'm more mature than they are. They were younger. They in their early 30s, you know. Yeah. So make a long story short, he came into me and said, hey, man, I like what you're doing. I have a show. I wanted it to be kind of like ESPN's First Take. We have a female and 2 people or 3 people on the sides. And I want you to be the lead guy. I want you to be, your personality is more like the Stephen A. Smith. So he said, I know you'll keep it 100. So let's build this together. So he started asking me who I want to work with. So I gave him some names and so forth. And then, you know, it turned into that.
Yeah. I love the fact that obviously you speak your mind on there, and everybody speaks their mind, and they say what they feel, and you guys can disagree, but still come together in the end. Obviously comedy has gone, you know, in such a different direction now, and it's almost like you can't really say what you feel because you get canceled or blacklisted,
which is crazy.
Like, do you see that really, I guess, turning around?
Yes, and I appreciate Chappelle for doing what he did.
Absolutely.
Now he's about the only one that could do that. Okay, somebody who could talk shit and not get canceled. You know what I'm saying? And they tried hard as hell. And shit, you know what I'm saying? But Netflix stood in there with him and said, nope, we ain't get rid of him. Nope, we not. And Ticketmaster was like, nope. And Live Nation was like, nope, we staying in there. Absolutely. They could have cowered down and ran and shit. And I think it's because it's almost like people are getting tired of how can I say, you know, you want to be like everyone else, but you don't want to be treated like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a gay or transgender or whatever, motherfucker, take these hard lumps like black people do, white people doing jokes and shit, handicapped motherfuckers doing jokes and shit like that, whatever and stuff. Don't act like you're untouchable because you just new to the table and shit. You know, pretty much as far as everyone hearing about you. So no, you got to deal with it. And I'm thinking people are tired of them saying like, "Don't hit me, don't talk about me." Like, motherfucker, we all get talked about. So you either join us or get the fuck away from us. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And they are finding out that it ain't that easy. They try, you know, and so it's like, welcome to the world of entertainment, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, welcome to the world. Think about how some of the black people have been treated for so long. Their image has been thrown around being evil and fucking dumb and only dancing in commercial for Popeye's chicken and shuffling and jiving and shit all the time. We got to dance and tap dance for everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or how, you know what I'm saying? Just how our look was. Well, where were the homosexuals then? Or the transgenders then helping us? They ain't speak up for us then and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. So, and even some of them are black transgender or black homosexual, but they were like, well, we over here in this group. Well, okay, well, now it's your turn. You know, you want to be a seat at the table. Well, understand we all eat the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what, I mean, in a nutshell, I know we only had so much time. Like, what's up next for you? Like, what's to be expected?
I have me and Comedy Hype just shot, helped produce my own special. It's called a micro special because it's under a half hour. So okay. A micro special, I shot it in Los Angeles like 2 weeks ago. Should be out in September. Okay. I chose to do something different. I have another hour special that's going to come out too. It's my life story. It starts off when I was 7 years old to where I'm now. Every joke moves the storyline of my life. It's kind of I never seen a comedian do that before.
That
so you know me growing up. Huh?
That is so creative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It really is good. I ain't bullshit you. So every joke moves my life around. And some of y'all may know I talk about moving to California or growing up in Germany, moving to DC, going, seeing Martin and Tommy going to Hollywood, me following them, me getting in my movies, working at the bank, all this kind of stuff, getting married, getting divorced, and bam, where I'm now. So you see the whole trajectory, and each joke is pretty funny. It takes it that way. So when I did my special, when they offered me a special, I'm the first one to Comedy Hype offered the special to.
That is dope.
I appreciate it. I said, I want to do something different. I already did my life story, which is going to come out. Right now it's called Make America Mixed Again. Let's get back to where we are. Shit. Great shit. Let's get back to being mixed again. So I decided, I said, well, what can I do that's going to be different? So I decided, because I looked at Comedy Hype, and this was nerve-wracking because I didn't have that much material of this, but I decided to talk about racism and racism as I see it. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, being half black, half white in the hood. Absolutely. How we see each other, at times. How people see us. How back to just how we treat each other and how racism is amongst us. And it came out really, really good. Like 20-some comedians came to both of my shows, and they loved it. Comics don't ever normally give you that love. They be like, it was I, him. They were like, nigga, this was fantastic. The way you kept on racism, but made it funny, made it something we could laugh at and think about. This is so minor. This is, not even, this is a blurb of my jokes. But sometimes you can go like McDonald's and you go to get your food from the guy to make, the cashier. And, the way they treat us sometimes, young black man, black woman, like, they don't even tell you welcome to McDonald's. They just look at you like, what's up, man? Like, all right, can I get a hamburger fried? They're like, all right. And then you take your number and you move to the side and some white person steps up. They're like, hey, welcome to McDonald's. May I help you? I'm like, nigga, give me all 32 teeth, nigga, too. I want to smile like that too. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how we treat each other sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you get all them smiles and shit and welcome McDonald's? Well, I didn't get the same treatment when I walked up to you. You get what I'm saying? So I make jokes about, I try to enlighten us. And at the end of the day, I think the special is going to really move some stuff. I believe it will. It's going to make people say, damn, you know, I didn't think about that, or just, you know, whatever. Yeah. So the last punchline of the special is really dope. I mean, I got like a 2-minute applause for that damn. Not 2 minutes, about a minute applause. Yeah, because I take you on a journey for the last about 10 minutes, and the punchline is so like, damn. You caught me. It's all about racism still. Like, damn, that was actually kind of cool. So I'm excited about that. So just having a special come out. My podcast, we're doing season 3 starts today. Season 3. With it, we got who I did this season. I did like I said, Rizza Islam, Michael Collier. I did Jerry O'Connell.
Listen, Michael Collier, he's probably like in my top 5 people.
Nice,
like people that I've connected with. Like he's come to Cleveland a lot. I've caught him in Akron, Ohio a couple times. I went to Essence Fest because I usually go out and cover Essence. So I saw him there, and like to say like he was like in the mix of everybody, like we were still like setting up. So it hadn't even started yet. And he just like walked up to the table just like everybody else and sat down like, all right, who's next? And I'm like, who the fuck is Like
Michael Carter's a good. Big Les. I did Big Les. She's cool. I don't know if y'all know who Big Les is.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was a sweetheart. I did Jackie Long. You know who Jackie Long is?
Oh yeah,
I do.
Man, Jackie was I talked about him for the first 2 minutes so long he was dying of tears. That nigga, I said, nigga, you'll be in any movie. You don't give a damn. You the only nigga I know went from the leading man to an extra in your career, nigga. You went from being the main man to. I said, you go where any camera is, nigga. You the Al Sharpton of actors, nigga. You don't give a damn with him. You like Benjamin Crump, nigga. Where the camera is, you gonna be there. So he just loved it. But him, who else I like to do? Like I said, Jerry O'Connell from Stand By Me. The little white guy, he's down to talk. But a whole bunch of other people I've done. We got TK Kirkland, Ruben Studdard. I did my own self, Nikki Gilbert. So it's gonna start off, man. Season 3 is gonna start nice.
Yeah, I think it's cool the people you've connected with, and I'll go on record saying probably my favorite one was with Killer Mike. Like I think he's done so much, obviously, just for our community, and he's always out there doing something.
Yes, sir.
Spread the word. So I thought it was dope that you had him on the show. Yeah.
I was humbled that he came through. Very humbled he came through.
So you mentioned you were married and then divorced, and then I saw you had something about like. You had a dating show you were gonna do, or did
I haven't now. It's on YouTube. It's called Dating Pierre. DATING PIE.
So that means you're still single. I'm just asking for people that want to know.
Man, shit. you know how rough it is down here. Shit, I don't wish this on nobody, bro. I tell motherfuckers, you hold on to whoever you got. I don't give a damn if she gaining weight, you balding, she tired, whatever. She getting gray hair. I don't give a damn. Hold on to it. These streets out here are awful, man.
Right.
The problem is, see, when I grew up, a girl who was cute in the neighborhood, and all she heard was a couple people telling her she was cute. Now her ass get on Instagram and get 100,000 followers. Now she too good to talking shit. She thinks she all that now and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's starting her own business and shit. Selling tea and all that bullshit, whatever. She ain't got time for no dating, motherfucker. Everybody talking about how fine she is in Chicago and Detroit. So now, you know, she's gonna be real choosy and picky. And I'm like, hold on now, remember who you are. I'm like, okay, you still that same girl from Akron, Ohio, bitch, live on 1309 Martin Street, bitch, with 3 people in your family, in a 1-bedroom apartment. Easy, okay, easy on that. So it's a little rougher, but you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really just want to say once again, thank you. The platform that we're doing, actually, the two of us, we launched a live broadcast, so it's almost like kind of like your Jimmy Kimmels and whatnot, but it's an unscripted interview series where we kind of pay that respect and homage and really celebrate somebody locally or, you know, business wise that is inspiring the community, giving back, you know, in so many different ways. And that's kind of where this platform came from. So like the social portion of it, we're using it to connect with celebrities and whatnot, just to kind of get them tapped into it. And we are kind of personally like handpicking people that we want to connect with. So it just was coincidental that you said you were going to be doing these conversations because I said I wanted to make sure that I connected with you. I think that you've done so much, not just to inspire, you know, the comic community and just entertainment, but me wanting to do this and really connect with people like yourself. It's always awesome to really, you know, be able to sit down and actually talk to you about the things that you have going on. So we appreciate you so much, man.
Well, I appreciate it.
We do plaques and all of that stuff for everybody that we bring onto the show and whatnot. So I'll message you just in regard to that. And she also has a candle line,
an amazing candle
that she has in stores and whatnot. So I'm
gonna help you make sure you got that right energy when you do.
Right. Well, we'll do this. This is what I do. I don't know, as you know, on my show, I give out a swag bag at the end. You know,
absolutely.
So if you put a couple of them in there, I'll put them in there and put a card. And I mean, that's what I wanted to do. Those are all Black-owned products in them bags and stuff. So when they pull them out, they'll say, mention your candle, how to get your candle, so whatever you know. So that's how I try to also get back on my show. Is have that bag.
Special and unique, and why you'll continue to be blessed, because being a comedian but still really having that humanitarian side is what we all need. Like, I think that's what we forget in our community. So many celebrities, you know, grow and get big, and they just get bigger than life, and then they forget to reach back and pull each other up and forget we all can win if we just support each other. So I appreciate you. You're such an inspiration, really, and hilarious. Like, I use comedy whenever, if I'm having a bad day, I'm putting on something funny. I'm a purpose coach. I actually have that in my coaching packet. You having a bad day, you need to put on some comedy, because laughter really does heal.
It heals.
It really heals.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be part of it. Like I said, if you haven't seen the Date and Pierre, I think you'll get your laugh on that. That is some ignorant stuff. Everybody asks me, is it true? Or some parts true? Some I don't know. You just gotta watch it and take your own guess.
Right. So I'll definitely send for the PO box and all that stuff. But thank you once again, man. Website wise, is there anywhere people can check you out, or where should they?
No, mostly just Comic Pierre. COMIC PIERRE. Comic Pierre on YouTube. On all the social media platforms. So just I appreciate the support, man. We gotta support each other, man. We gotta support.
That's it right there. That's
so
it.
There it is right there. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much, man.
All right.
All right now.
Bye.